Guys, back on the Volkswagen Thing project today. I'm going to work on setting up the rear airbags, get as much of that accomplished as I possibly can. I'm going to go over all the stuff that I have down here to install it, which I'm sure all the air ride experts will tell me is wrong, which is fine. First air ride system I've ever installed, so going to be a learning experience for everybody. So first thing I'm going to do is talk about what all I've accumulated so far to put on it. So here's what we have. Already has the air shocks in the front, airlift bags for the rear, Aviator's oxygen tank, which is only 38 cubic feet, so it's probably too small, but we're going to try it. Airline, of course, variety of plugs, air fittings, etc., tees, Viair air gauges, which I need to get another one of, 12 volt air valves. I was going to just do paddle switches, but decided to go this route and tinker around with an air ride controller a little bit. Adapters for the air shocks to pipe thread and then pipe thread to airline. So that's basically everything that I had to buy. So the next thing we're going to do is try to figure out how the heck to mount the bags in the back. So coming back here in the back, let's throw on the old headlight. Trying to come up with something to put an airbag in this general hole right here. So I fired up SolidWorks, did some computer-aided drafting based off my dimensions, and came up with a very realistic 3D model of what the airbag mount's going to look like. So all I need to do now is just transfer that onto some leftover metal because I'm a cheap Volkswagen person, and get some mounts cut out. After seeing my high-end computer-aided drafting, I'm sure that a few of you figured I was going to hack this thing out with an axe or at best a Sawzall or an angle grinder. But, fooled you. We're going to be burning this out on the CNC plasma from Langmeyer Systems. Not a sponsor yet. Come on, guys. I know what you're saying. It's supposed to be cheap, budget stuff. This is literally the cheapest plasma table you can buy. It was like 1,300 bucks. So, and it works, like, kinda. I mean, it takes tinkering, but it definitely does work. So, we're gonna fire up the plasma, and we're gonna burn these babies out. Fresh off the table. Show off the press brake for a minute. Bought this baby at an auction, 30 bucks. So nobody knew what it was, I don't think. Had a whole box of dies with it. Pretty sweet. And it's operated diesel fuel only. Don't need you anymore. Quick overview of what actually happened back here. I was going for a full bolt-on setup. Wanted to be able to remove it down the road if plans changed or somebody wanted to actually restore this or whatever without having to cut a bunch of junk out. So this cross beam, 2x3, 3x4, I don't know, rectangular tube, 1/4-inch wall, and then plated on the ends and tied into the ends. Not bolted, obviously, just mocked up. Gonna add grade 8 bolts there to hold it. But with this setup, and my trucker girls, we have pretty awesome rear geometry that goes up and down without any binding, and it's actually fairly quick for 1/4-inch lines. So this is where we're sitting with it right now. Rear bags need bolted up. Need to do something with this disaster. I'm not totally committed to air ride stuff up front. Kind of thinking about bringing it around back here, throwing it in the package tray, Just not totally sure yet what I want to do with it. So that's why it's kind of half whopper jawed in there. Also, this aluminum block, complete garbage. Don't buy those off Amazon. Be pulling that off and either make one out of brass or come up with something else that's a little more efficient. So, moving on, we're going to pull the seats out and send those off. Get upholstery done. I am waiting on dual carbs and an SVDA distributor so that we can hopefully get this thing fired up so I can quit pushing it around. And just waiting on other little odds and ends, brake hoses, brake lines. Probably going to swap out the Beetle drop spindles Beetle drop spindles, and just put a standard Beetle spindle on it so it sits a little higher when it's aired up. And that's about it. So I will leave you with this.